had a good, decent beat to it. I use that one very often. They want to get a couple more countdowns. Good morning, everyone. This is not the daily reflection. I will do the daily reflection at 11. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about, oh gosh, this is just coming up a lot. And what I'm talking about is I'm an AA, so I'm just going to utilize AA here. Though I'm sitting in it, let's say I'm sitting in an open AA meeting. Those are about, I don't usually go to closed AA meetings. Because I don't. The only time I'll go to a closed AA meeting is if it's a men's group. If it's something specific for men or something like that, then I'll go. But just a regular closed AA meeting, I usually don't go because I don't agree with them. Why do I not agree with them? Why is that? Because they're usually a lot more controlling. They usually end up being tag meetings and the same people talk. And it's basically just a what do you call it? I forget. But essentially, they just sit there and pat each other on the back. Oh, you good job. But let a drug user come into that meeting, and all shit fire is going to break loose, right? Well, you need to leave. This is a closed meeting. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Actually, according to our traditions, we're supposed to change the meeting. Did you guys know that? Yep. Let's say you're having a men's meeting and a woman walks in. What are you going to do? She's new. She has nowhere to go. Nowhere. Nothing. What are you going to do? You going to turn her down? If so, you're a fucking asshole. Good morning, Mr. Livingston. You're actually awake right now, huh? Because it's good to see you, bud. So I'm seeing a lot of people where they're even saying, I saw something today. They were talking about the difference between being sober and clean. That sober is alcoholics, clean is for drug abusers or whatever. Okay, and that when you're in an NA meeting, you need to say clean. Why? All right, this is the way that I see it. This is how I see it. We're all in recovery, and that's all that matters. Okay, here's the thing, and I know this. Okay, all of the other groups are based off of this book. This book is based off the Bible. Okay, this is basically Bible for dummies. Did you know that? All right. We also have a saying, and everybody has this saying. People don't really like this topic because nobody's watching. All right. We have a saying, when anyone anywhere reaches out for help, I want the hand of God to be there. And for that, I am responsible. It doesn't say when an alcoholic or drug addict walks into the room, kick them out because they don't belong there. That's not what that says. Okay. It also says it very clearly in our traditions that we're to help anyone. Okay. Well, if you had an Al-Anon walk into your meeting, into your closed meeting, oh no, hell yeah, I'm gonna open that sucker up. I'm gonna let everybody come in. Okay. Now here's the thing. Okay. Everything that I have described has its place. It does. Even I just left my home group because I didn't feel like they were following the traditions. I'm a traditions guy. Okay. And, I was going to donate and I didn't even recognize the name on where it was donating to. And that makes me, just because you're in AA doesn't mean I trust you. I might respect you, but I don't fucking trust you until I get to know you. Okay? That's why we have certain kinds of meetings and things like that, so that you can create a fellowship. Now, it was not my place to go back and say, hey, you guys aren't doing this and you aren't doing that. You want to know why? Because they're helping people. Okay? Not for me to decide. It's not my group. I didn't start it. I have no say so, unless I get on the steering committee. But I didn't have one. So what did I do? I started my own, and it was hard to do. It wasn't so hard to do as, when I say it was hard to do, it was hard to leave my own meeting, man. I was used to it. Okay. But I was going there because I didn't feel like I really had much of a choice. So that's why I started my own, and our group is doing fairly well. For new, but we're doing things a little bit different. We are pushing towards emotional sobriety, and we have invited everyone. Okay, we have people in this group from all over. It's a Zoom group only. Okay, we have people from Canada, from Uganda, from Florida, California. Got a lot of people in Colorado because that's where I'm from, right? So we have all these different people. Hey, Willie, doors of AA to open to anyone. Yeah. Think of it this way. You're ready to quit. And let's say you're at Texas. We got Texas here. Sherry. How did I know? And I thought it was, but I didn't want to assume, right? So you're a drug addict and you go stumbling into a closed AA meeting, but you need help and you are ready, red hot ready. Okay. Do you think these alcoholics can help you? Let's reverse it. Let's say because I'm going to tell you something. I know some drunks that feel more comfortable in NA, and I know some drug addicts that are more comfortable in AA. Who cares, guy? What does it matter? If we sit here and say this is about your recovery, then let's do that. Okay, I don't care what kind of addiction it is. Yes, the addiction to drugs and alcohol is very different. Okay, but we all end up in the same fucked up place, and from there, recovery is the same for everyone. Doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't. It's not a very big number, but I have a number of people that are quote unquote normies, okay, that follow me because this works on life's terms, what we do here. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. You give me 10 minutes with you and I'm going to pick out your addiction. You have one. Let's say I will pick out your unhealthy addictions. Okay? No matter, it doesn't matter who you are. You have them. Why? Because you're a human being. That's why. You don't need anything else. Because if you get over those things and past things that are negative in your life, you can be more helpful to God's children. And do you have to be a drug addict or an alcoholic to help God's children? Heck no. Okay, you could be anybody in this world. So stop separating us from that. Hi, Maria. It's good to see you. So Maria is a fellow podcaster. Okay, and she does what she does in her podcasting is hope and inspiration. So she joined our group because there's a lot of hope and inspiration in our group. I'm excited to have you, Marie. Here again, this place is not just for alcoholics and drug addicts. A lot of us are, but what we do here is about getting closer to God, and filling our lives with some hope for the day. Having discussions like this, that recovery is about us. It's a community thing. Even take coronavirus for right now. We're going to need to recover from that, right? Well, we should do that as a community, okay? Not as a $1,200 stipend check. No, let us go back to the parks. Let us hold hands again. Let us do what we want to do. That's kind of what we want, right? We got Sherry piping in here. Got some hallelujahs, things like that. And that's really what it is all about. I feel like when we try and be more inclusive, we become more exclusive. Okay, so we have to get rid of that all-inclusive thing. Why? Because if you're all-inclusive, you don't need to say anything. You just aren't you just that? Can you be just who you are today and be okay with that? Is that enough for you? It's going to kind of have to be. Why? Because you're not going to get any more than that today. Okay? So that makes us grateful for the things that we have going on. Okay? Did somebody come along and freely give to you what you got today? Then you need to do the same thing for the next person. You don't get to decide who that person is. God does that. Okay. The other day, driving down the street, there was a guy standing on the corner, drunk. And they threw a 5 in front of him. I'm like, hey, come here. Hey, man, what are you doing? Oh, just, doing this, doing that. I'm like, dude, you need help. You seem like a smart guy. He did. He seemed like a smart guy. I'm like, and I drove into his head. All I said from there was tribal sober living, tribal sober living, tribal sober living, tribal sober living. And I just kept saying that to him. And by the time I was done, he's walking by, he's like, yes, I will call tribal sober living. I got it. Now, why did I pick them? Because this is a page 21 drunk. Somebody's going to need to sit him down and say, what the fuck is your problem? Stop it. Because he needs that kind. There's some people, do that. They're going to book it, man. So every person's kind of different. Good morning, Mr. Livingston. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring up with this is we don't need separation. If we've got enough separation as it is, right? So don't let everybody else, the government, blah, 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 and anything else that's coming in. No, they can't divide us. It's not going to work. It won't work. And I'll tell you why, because we got God on our side. If there's a winner, we already won. And what do they say? Stick with the winners, not the wieners. All right, guys. I'm going to do some background stuff this morning. I had to get up much earlier than my usual time, so I was able to get on and do this too. So, you guys, thanks for being here. Willie, Sherry, Mr. Livingston, Marie. I'm sure I missed somebody. Let me make sure. There was one. It seemed like there was one other person, and I don't like people feeling left out. So, all right. Okay, guys. I'll be back at 11 for the for daily reflection. 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. We have our noon meeting. And I got a really good podcast coming up today. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait. Corey's gonna be coming on. Some of you know Corey. She celebrated her 10 years on Sunday. Congratulations, Corey. Fantastic job. Everybody keep up the good work. Marie, if there's any other way that we as a group can help you, let us know. We will do what we can. All right, guys, have a great day. I will see you in a couple hours if you'd like to join me. Peace out. I love you. Have a day.